Hello. All right. Thank you. There's this. I'm using this. When the Broward County basically massacre of the high school in Broward County, the shooting we just had, I immediately did a dowsing. So I'm going to do it one more time. All right. And I only have one question. Back then I asked how much of the story, the narrative, this is 24 hours after it, maybe 48 hours. How much did they tell us? How much is true? How much of the story does the public know? All right. How much? So the story they told us, we had, okay, over 10. Okay. It's 15%. 15% of the story. Now that we know the deputies did not take out the shooter, they stood around. The one that was there standing, I guess 4 more showed up later. They didn't do anything. They just stood around. How much do we know of the story now, the narrative? So that's additional information. And we are up to, all right, what is it, please? So it's basically, it's saying we have 29% of the story. So from that point where we were 15%, we didn't know about the deputies and all the story. We just knew the initial story. We know 29% of the truth. So we have basically 71% is being withheld from us. It's things they know. This is really, really bizarre. So it's either the training of the police officers was inadequate, or it's too politically correct. We're getting people that don't belong in uniform, or they were commanded to stand down and not attack, which, if you trained them right, and if they were the alpha male of if this happened in 1995, they would have taken him out. How many, really, they would have showed up and attacked the kid. He made his choice. You can't sit around and worry about his life. You have to worry about the people that are being attacked. And so, if the police responded correctly with information and trained in the 1990 techniques, let's say you're a police officer, 1990, they show up at the scene, or the guy on the scene, how many students would have been killed? All right. Wow. I'm getting one or two. One. So the dowsing saying, if the police responded the way they're supposed to protect us, like the alpha male should be, not politically correct, not sensitivity groups, not worrying about their political affiliation, not worried about, whether they're gay or transgender police or whatever. Who knows? Was it a command structure? Were they ordered to stand down, not to attack? Is that the training now? They don't attack. They try to negotiate everything. Well, if they were trained, the officers to 1990 Fort Lauderdale police officers, they would attack, taken them out, and killed them. One person dead. That's just my opinion. And right now, the dowsing said, we only know, let's just call it 30% of the truth. 48 hours after the shooting, when they told us everything, they're all going on TV and attacking everybody, we only knew 15%. They were lying to the American public. 85% they were withholding at that time. They are still withholding 70%. And it's not because they're giving up the information. It's because people are digging. People living in the areas are coming out and telling the truth. And this is going to come out more and more. These deaths were about disarming everyone. Bye-bye.